Hello, this is George from the Car Guy Perspective, and today we've got a very interesting little video. I'll be doing a POV drive of this beautiful Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid around London. I will be talking to you about the car as we drive through this lovely British evening. It just started to rain, so this video turned upside down, but hey, we'll see what we can achieve tonight. But I'm sure we can go for a cruise. I'll talk to you about this lovely Bentley, and yeah, we'll go from there. So this is the 2023 Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid. It's a 2.9 litre V6 coupled with a hybrid motor, in total pushing just over 550 horsepower combined power. Currently it has zero battery because I have nowhere to charge it in my flat in London, so it's just running off of the petrol engine, which delivers about 460 horsepower on its own. But due to the mild sort of hybrid technology that it's using, the engine itself charges the battery, so most of the times when you start the car, it will start in EV mode, and engine will kick in at some point, even though it says it's got zero range on the battery. Because if I show you right now, there it is. It says zero range on the EV, 135 miles on petrol, and at the bottom is the combined range, but obviously there is no EV range, so we'll just go from that. Yeah, let me just put it in drive. It's dead silent, and off we go. And as you can see, it's an EV mode right now, and it's not making any noise. This car is very quiet, especially in EV mode. It's dead silent in here. I am whispering, and you can hear everything. A bit of ASMR for you guys. But no, all jokes aside, this is a fantastic car for the city. Obviously, as a car guy and a petrol head and a car enthusiast, I do prefer the V8 or the W12 variant of this car, but you know, I've grown to love it. For the past week, I've been driving this car around. I'm shooting some work for Bentley, and I had the opportunity to have this for a week, and so I've been driving it around for quite a bit, a few hundred miles here and there, and yeah, I've grown to love the hybrid quite a lot. It is not the fastest thing in the world because it is quite heavy. I believe it's 2.7 tons, which is a big number. However, it's a beautiful car, and with the EV engine, well, with the electric engine, around London, it makes it so lovely. Right now the engine is shut because we're at the light stop, but as soon as it goes green, I will take my foot off the accelerator, the brake, and we are in EV mode right now. It's very neat. I mean, you can really sneak up on people with this thing. The only thing that gives it away is probably the weight, and you can hear the tires as they're rolling. But besides that, it's dead silent on the outside and on the inside, which makes this a very luxurious feeling place. Because it is. I mean, it's the peak of British luxury. Well, there's a few contenders for the peak, but this is definitely up there with the mall. In my opinion, is quite the peak. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely thing to be in, lovely thing to drive, and this one being a black on white or white on black, however you call it, Stormtrooper or Panda spec. It's quite an eye catcher. You know, around London, through London, people are quite literally stumbling and breaking their necks to look at it from time to time, and it's quite intriguing to see. and to drive this around. It's quite the experience. And I hope it comes through well through the video, because it's so quiet in here. It's so quiet and it's so easy to drive. You know, it's got super soft, adaptive, intelligent, smart suspension. I don't even know how to call it. It leans and bends, you know, it leans the opposite way when you turn and corner, so the car stays balanced and flat to the ground. It reads the road ahead, so it adjusts the suspension given on what the terrain looks like. It's got bloody night vision. Look, and it highlights the people. If you can see on the sides, it will highlight the people. We're approaching a few people on the right, and there you go. It highlights them, and if they step onto the road, the car will alert me and let me know what happens. But that, within itself, it's such a cool feature. It basically alerts you of animals, of people, anything that's got heat. So it's got a heat-sensitive night vision system. I assume that's what you call it. And it can be quite distracting at times. So I found myself not keeping it on because I look at it a lot and then I forget to look in front of me, which is not a good thing to do when you drive. But that's just my 2 cents on it. So yeah, it's quite a thing. The city looks beautiful tonight, even though it is pouring outside, but we are within the beautiful cabin of the Flying Spur, so it doesn't really matter. And going back to the color, you know, I say the Stormtrooper spec, it's funny because I like it to call it the Stormtrooper spec because on the inside it's black and red, so I guess you go Stormtrooper on the outside and you go Darth Vader on the inside, which is a super cool thing, and I do like that. It's quite something. I do love this spec. It's white cars are quite common around London. However, this is not a very common car, so it's, you know, as I said, it turns so many heads when you drive around during the day, during the night. It really doesn't matter. It's such a inconspicuous but at the same time flashy car for this reason, because it's white and black and it's big, it's huge. So it does catch a few eyes, to put it this way. And yeah, performance-wise, you know, I've mentioned the performance figures. It's not the fastest thing in the world, you know. I mean, it's faster than 90% of the cars on the road, but it won't, you know, leave you speechless. It's quite a heavy car. However, because of the EV engine and the petrol engine working together from a dig, so, you know, if you're out of the light stop, if you floor it and you know, in Sport Plus, well, Sport or whatever it is, it will push you into the seat and it will go. I mean, it'll get to 60 miles an hour quite quickly. I'm really not sure what the official figure is. I'll put it on the screen so you can see some stats somewhere in the left corner, bottom left. I'll play some stats right now, and hopefully you can see the you know, the stats and what this car can do, really. So yeah, it's a lovely thing, honestly. It's not a car that you are expecting to be racing in, so that's not the problem. It not being the fastest thing in the world is really not a problem. If you wanted it to be the fastest thing in the world, you would go for the W12 variant, or at least a V8, which is quite a bit more powerful than this. But yeah, the W12 would be the one to go for if you wanted peak performance and some ridiculous 200 miles an hour plus top speed. But this, for London, is tremendous. And that guy apparently doesn't have a red light. Cyclists in London, this is what you get with them. It is a lovely place to be. With the interior lighting, obviously the screen, which I absolutely love. It's a very fun showpiece. It's unfortunate it's raining and I can't really give you an outside tour of the car, but hey, it is what it is and we make do with what we've got. But as I always say, you know, we are in a 300,000-ish car wafting around Canary Wharf in central London. I can't really complain too much. I really cannot complain too much. It's quite a thing, and yeah, I'm enjoying every second of it. It's smooth, it's easy to drive. I mean, you can probably see me driving this so slowly, so, you know, it's just such a smooth experience to drive this car. I absolutely love it. You know, coming from somebody that, you know, my sort of ideal car is a GT3 RS from Porsche, so it gives you sort of understanding of what I am looking for in a car. Complete and utter just performance with no compromises. That's what I want from a car. However, jumping into something like this, it shifts your way of thinking and your way of driving, really, because this doesn't give you the, you know, the cornering confidence or, you know, the will or the wish to send it hard in corners and around, you know, twisty roads or even within the city or motorway. Just allows you to cruise at 60, 70, 80, 100 miles an hour, which you shouldn't be doing. But yeah, it allows you, it enables you to cruise in a very elegant and very smooth manner. And you can just, as you can see, I am doing 25 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. I feel no need to go faster. Of course, this is a speed limit, so we are being good citizens and adhering to the speed limit. But yeah, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful car to enjoy, even on a rainy day like this. And in England, we get quite a few of these. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely thing. And because of course, it's a Flying Spur and a Bentley, because all Bentleys are very good with sound. This barely makes any sound on the motorway or any sort of road. The only thing you can hear are the tire noises, because it's running on 22, I believe, inch rims with gigantic tires and very low profile. So that's something you need to keep in mind if you do hear any sort of noise. But even at motorway speeds at, you know, 60, 70 miles an hour, 80 even, you can have a conversation inside this at a basically room level, you know, same level you would use to speak to your family or friends inside your living room. You don't have to raise your voice, you don't have to be any louder than you would normally be. It's a lovely car, honestly. If you've got 250, 300 grand and you want a limo, a very luxurious saloon, or, you know, SUV if you want the Bentayga, which is sort of the equivalent of this, it's almost a no-brainer, really. There's not a lot out there that can top this. You know, of course, you've got the Rolls Royces, you know, the Phantoms, and that's it, really. You've got that path, but, you know, when it comes to this price range, it's as good as it gets, really, because a Phantom will set you back 200k extra on top, like what, 400, 500k. This being 250, 300 for a good spec, 350 if you're going for like a W12 Mulliner or, you know, some crazy spec. Speaking of a Mulliner Flying Spur, I've reviewed one a few weeks ago, so check that out. I will put the video in the description here, so you guys go check that out. It's a wonderful car, that as well. Very similar to this, slightly more powerful and it's quite a bit more luxurious because, of course, it's the millionaire package, which is the cream of the crop sort of thing. This being the S package, package S line, which is the sportier version. And I don't think I'll be able to showcase you the car from the outside now because it's pouring outside. So I'll overlay some images right now. As you can see, it's a beautiful looking car. Interior as well, exterior, it's wonderful. But hopefully I'll be able to jump out a bit later if the rain decides to stop, so I can show you a little bit of the outside. It's white, so even if it's nighttime, you'll be able to see the shape and some details because yeah, it should reflect the light quite well. And all is good. Trying to navigate my way through this insanely congested junction. It's, what's the time? It's 9 p.m. on a Friday night. It is pouring outside, but London never sleeps, so it's always quite busy around here. But that's not going to stop us from making a little video for you guys. And I do hope you appreciate the the commitment. We've got police, or ambulance, and everything. You're getting the whole spectrum of London today. But yeah, I will actually be quiet for a couple of seconds, 10, 20 seconds, so you can hear the car at sort of A-road speeds. To give you a better comparison, I'm just going to crack the window a little bit so you can hear how much noise there is actually if I open a window. I hope this comes well through the microphone, but yeah, the difference is day and night, honestly. If you are parked up in the city or somewhere and you've closed all the windows and the sunroof, it literally feels like you've pushed a mute button on the world. You cannot hear a thing. It is wonderful. And with the opportunity presented to me by this traffic light, I believe it's time for me to end the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little POV drive, and thank you very much for tuning in. Subscribe, like the video if you've liked it, comment your thoughts, comment if you have any ideas of something that you want to see, any suggestions or something you might want me to drive, and I'll do my best to get it on the channel for you guys and showcase it to you in the only way I know, which is honest and true to my car guy nature. So thank you very much for watching, and peace.